Welcome everybody to a review of the first film in the Essential Film Noir Collection number 4 box set, and that is 1949's Rope of Sand. So yeah, been looking forward to this box set, and this is a really solid start to the box set overall. And yeah, it's directed by William Dietrich, who did the likes of The Hunchback of Notre Dame and a couple of other film noirs like Dark City and The Turning Point. Clocks in at 104 minutes long, so it's I think it's comfortably the longest film in this box set by around 14 minutes. And yeah, stars Burt Lancaster. Now this is a 22nd film I've seen from him so far, so I'm not going to list all of his other efforts, but he's definitely a big name actor for me personally in the 40s, 50s and 60s. Did several film noirs, and yeah, he's done numerous of my all-time favourite films. Also stars Paul Heinried, and yeah, he starred in the likes of Casablanca, Operation Crossbow, and Exorcist II: The Heretic, which is awful, although not down to him. And yeah, also stars Claude Rains, who is in the likes of Casablanca, Lawrence of Arabia, The Invisible Man from 1933, The Wolfman, Phantom of the Opera from 1943, and The Adventures of Robin Hood. And then finally, Peter Lorre, who is also in 13 films that I've seen so far now after this one. He was also in Casablanca, so it's a trio of films from people from that film reunited in this later effort. There's also in the likes of M, The Maltese Falcon, and The Comedy of Terrors. And yeah, it's the story of a South African diamond mine that is watched over by sadistic policemen tasked with looking out for smugglers. So yeah, this film noir has a mix of adventure and suspense about it, while not being set in the grimy streets of a city, but in the unforgiving Southwest African desert, which is well used, while the interiors are shot nicely in the typical film noir style. The cast is also great, it is reasonably well paced, the plot is engrossing, the majority of the character interactions are on point, especially when it comes to those involving Peter Lorre, as he is really rather an entertaining screen presence. He's also got some quite funny lines. The cinematography is also rather good, the score is decent, the production is solid, and the final act is highly satisfying, especially in terms of, you know, the main villain getting their comeuppance. So yeah, on the whole, a really solid effort, and yeah, given a 4K scan by Paramount Pictures themselves, and yeah, it's even got some quite dark moments to it as well. There's references to torture, for instance, in terms of trying to get information from our lead character, in terms of knowing where these missing diamonds are. And yeah, even though the desert itself wasn't shot in South Africa or Southwest Africa or wherever, it is yeah, at least shot in a desert at some points, which is really rather nice instead of just you know, an obvious set. Although the deserts themselves are in Arizona and not in South Africa, but yeah, still really solid effort. Not my favourite from Burt Lancaster by any means. He's certainly done better from the late 40s. Brute Force, for instance, is a much better effort than this, but still, really solid start to the box set overall. And yeah, it does have me excited for what the other 4 films are going to hold in store. So yeah, if you've seen this film before, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it, whether or not you liked it as much as I did, or more or less. And yeah, but nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.